Jillian Michaels, a celebrity personal trainer, said, "People need to stop focusing on body image and start focusing on health. When you do that, everything else is going to fall into place." Today's show is a follow-up of our last segment on health and fitness, where I interviewed Justina Taylor. In order to further explore this topic, I have with us Inderjeet Madan, a certified fitness trainer, a certified nutritionist, a strength and conditioning coach, and a national and international black belt taekwondo coach and champion. Inderjeet will be educating us on the importance of fitness in our lives, fitness for pregnant women, people with health complications, elderly people, and the steps you need to take to keep your kids fit. He will also be discussing topics pertaining to nutrition. Later on, he will demonstrate home exercises for the upper body, lower body, abdominal muscles, as well as simple stretches you can perform at home. Thank you for being here with us today, Inderjeet.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about what got you into fitness? What is your story?
Like every fitness person, like I also used to be started my workout and I started to go gym. Actually, I'm background my martial art, so I started from being 8-year-old when I started martial art. I belonging to a martial art name is Taekwondo, which I started in 8 year. It's being till now I'm 27 year. I'm teaching Taekwondo and learning Taekwondo. Yes, yet in the professional coach like a Taekwondo, I started at age of 18. Then I pursue up to here. But after that, I want to update myself, so I started learning about science behind the exercise. Then I started to continue as education from American Council on Exercise. From where I got the personal certification on personal training. So now I'm a certified personal trainer, and after that I went into only exercise can't help you purely. So I just want to know some education behind diet and nutrition. What's the role of? So if he goes for a full complete health, it's matter of exercise with mixture of nutrition. So without nutrition, proper nutrition, or if you go for only for exercise, will not cure you, will not help you to be as a perfectly fit. So that's why then I studied about nutrition and got my certification from India on that Better Fitness for You. Now I'm a certified nutritionist.
Okay. You mentioned before that you had got into a bit of an accident when you were younger. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Actually, it's age about like 5-year-old I am when I'm playing on street. So some car is crashed me. So I just went into that major accident where I lost my metacarpal bone, which is in your feet, which is makes you to feet mobility and stability. That's completely crashed down. So by some doctors helped me to make it happen fine. So still now I have that pain. So after that only my dad decided to put me in martial art so I can strengthen my leg part. So till now I have, by God, I have good fitness on my legs. So I have no problem with that now.
Okay. So it's important that even when bad things happen, you have to know, you are responsible to choose how you respond to it, right?
Yeah, it's very important to be like self-motivation.
Right.
You need that one. Nobody can put a motivation from you can't buy in a market. You need to push yourself by yourself, right, what you need to do and how you need to go further. Right. So it's like 50% my dad motivation, 50% I motivated myself to go further and go on into a martial art. Then I played a national and international game. I represent India in Korea, where I got gold medal.
Okay.
After that, I started teaching kids, and I'm a 4th-degree black belt. And from South Korea, I'm a certified black belt as well. And I'm teaching in India about 300 to 400 children currently.
Okay.
And somehow some children, 20 to around 30 around, who are already participating in national championships,
right,
where they won gold medals, and my 2 students were represented in India in international championship. So they also got their silver medal and bronze medal.
Okay, that's very excellent. So what are the key components to a person's fitness?
So if you talk about a personal fitness concept, So it depends on a 5 fundamental things which makes you optimum fitness. See,
Okay.
there's one fitness and which we call optimum fitness.
Yeah.
Optimum fitness, it means like you are fit from every concept of fitness.
Right.
Like if we talk about 5 fundamental of fitness, which is we call like in strength, you need strength, you need endurance, you need flexibility, you need mobility and stability, and the fifth one I can say your body composition.
Right.
See, what about strength? Strength means ability to do work. So that's called strength.
Yeah.
If I lifting something, I need a strength for that.
Right.
Then we come endurance. What you mean by endurance? Some people say it's stamina, or some people say like to do work. For my endurance means actually to that some particular work for up to some extent. For
Right.
example, if I'm lifting a dumbbell, if I can't resist to up to a 15 or 12 or somewhere a repetition, it means I don't have endurance. But I
Right.
have strength to take it on one at once at that lift. So
Right.
that's called endurance. And third component is very important component. Actually, most of the people neglect that because it's boring.
Yeah.
But it's very important that flexibility you need,
Right.
which plays a critical
Right.
role in your body. That if you, for example, if you have low flexibility, if you're going to improve your strength and endurance,
Right.
you can damage your joints or you can damage some muscle because of muscle imbalance in your body. Fourth major important component is mobility and stability. Mobility is like to range of motion, up to what extent you can go, and
Yeah.
stability means if you have a stable strength in your body, you can stabilize the control your body in a good manner, so you can't injure yourself when you doing some strength workout or any
Right.
kind of workout. And the last component is body composition, like how many fats you have in your body, how much lean muscle mass you have your body, that makes
Right.
you fit. If you have good lean muscle mass, if you have over fat, then it doesn't mean that you have fit. So you should be fit from all the 5 components that makes you a good fit person.
Okay. And then there are also sport-specific exercises for athletes, you know. So, you know, in order to improve my golf game, you had told me that I have to work on my core and on my shoulders and back, you know. So golf requires exercises pertaining to balance and stability. So what are some sport-specific exercises for soccer?
See, for sports specific exercise, we need to go for, like, first initially ask me a golf don't need so much agile activity.
Right.
Like football needs your agile activity. You need to be very good agile for play to dribble with the ball, and
Right.
with same, and you need to stabilize your body.
Right.
So football specification, some agility workout I'll show you, which can increase your agility in your football, and
Right.
plus your short but stump. Like football, it's something like you need a quick burst in your body.
Right.
If somebody is chasing the ball, he can't go like marathon runner, slowly jogging and he can reach.
No.
He needs sudden burst to reach that ball quickly.
Right.
So for that he need to increase his fast twitch fiber. Actually, we have a 2 type of muscle in your body, that one's called fast twitch and one called slow twitch. Slow twitch muscle having more endurance
Yeah.
and more stamina. It's required in like marathon runners, they have slow twitch muscle. But in sprinter, if you see, they can burst for some point of time, and after that they need to relax. So that's the thing, we manipulate with them and we give some sort of workout to them to make it more agile and more stamina. So they
Right.
can go they can increase quickly short burst of running when they required, and when they
Okay.
don't require, then they can rest.
Okay. So, you know, like you said, fitness is so important, right? But what are the risks of being unfit?
See, everybody is known, so being unfit, the first basic thing I can say, you can
Yeah.
get a cardiovascular disease, like stamina wise you can weak, you unable to do work.
Right.
So fitness is, it's not a it's not a work to do, it's a part of life actually.
Yeah.
How you eat, how you sleep, and then
Right.
you need to do exercise for that.
Right. Yeah.
If you miss something in that, you can get unfit as well. Like most of the people who are sedentary life, living a sedentary life, they used to get ton of fat, they used to gain weight fast.
Yeah.
And the major problem being unfit is like nowadays we can find the obese people are
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason, because if you have a sedentary life, and then the main thing with the sedentary life, you can gain lots of fat and you can increase the weight, and which is the most important part of your body. Like I say, the disease never comes from any bad habit, disease comes from your bad eating only.
Yeah.
That's the one place you increase your disease in your body. Like if I say today people having heart attack, today's people having cancer, especially in women who getting breast cancer, more of the women nowadays.
Yeah.
Even child, most of the studies is showing that child obesity is increasing.
Yeah.
Because lots of like parents wants to make them like so multi-talented, they not neglecting completely exercise for the children.
Right.
So nowadays child obesity is one of the most
Yeah.
problem in our medical industry.
Yeah.
So if I being unfit, it's
it's just, it's also, I think, even for your mind, mentally it's so bad for you to be unfit, because they say the studies have shown that you know keeping fit has so much advantages to your mental health.
Yeah.
You know, it helps to fight depression, it helps to keep you, keep your endorphins going,
Yeah.
to keep you going through your day. You know, it makes you happy.
Yes.
You know, there are studies that show this sort of stuff. So I
Yeah.
think that even mentally it's so important to make sure that you're
completely agree on that point. Yes, it's true.
fit. Yeah. You had mentioned before that you work with a lot of cancer patients as well. Can you give me a little bit of science behind that?
No, actually, in terms of cancer patient, we have some 2-3. I have met with the cancer patient who have cancer, but before starting workout, we always prefer a doctor whether the
Yeah.
patients want to start exercise or not. When we
Right.
talk about special population, some people needs a special requirement, like we had diabetes patients some types, cancer patients sometimes.
Right.
So this of arthritis people sometimes.
Right.
So before we, as a certified trainer, it's our responsibility to get the permission from the doctor, because we are not the doctor.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can't cure them. We only
Right.
give them the exercise what doctor says actually.
Right.
So first we get the prescription from the doctor whether they are allowed to exercise or not to exercise.
Okay.
And cancer is up to my education, it's not what I studied. Cancer, you can stop your cancer or you decrease your cancer problem by changing your mood swing. Mood swing is the main problem.
Yeah.
Because when you get stressed, you can increase your cancer
Yeah.
problem as well.
Yeah.
So exercise comes there to decrease their stress from the,
Right.
like if we talk about the stress hormone, there's one hormone we called actually cortisol. It's a stress
Right,
hormone,
yeah.
which is very bad for your body actually. When cortisol released,
Yeah.
it's like it's signals the fat cells to increase,
Yeah. To multiply, right?
to multiply that.
Yeah.
So it's to control that. If you do exercises, the exercise have a different role play in your hormones.
Okay.
So that's a nutrition plus your exercise makes your good healthy life, because of you can control through that your hormone circulation in your body.
Right.
If you asked me about the cancer patient, how we treat cancer patient, first like to make them a normal exercise, there's
Yeah.
no any heavy exercise or nothing a special exercise, but it's more about the mood changing exercises.
Okay.
That's why the yoga plays more critical role on that. We
Right.
gives them meditations, we give some endurances, that's the make them happy and
Happy,
enjoyable, so
Right.
they can cure their cancer.
Right. Right.
But again, it's all depends on doctor. It's not more, and I can say through exercise you can
Yes, yes.
just completely
Yeah.
vanish your cancer problems. It's
Right.
not. It's just a little part we play through the exercise, which we can change their moods, so they
Right.
can enjoy more life. Because cancer is a term nowadays. People just listen the cancer and they think that, oh, my life is over.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not about that. We have some more good examples. Yuvraj Singh, Indian team cricketer player who survives cancer as well. So you can cure cancer by changing your mood, enjoying your life, because cancer is one of the term people you thinks and they say, oh, I'm over, now I'm going to die. It's not true.
Yeah.
You can defeat your cancer as well by
Yeah.
changing your lifestyle, by changing your mood and doing some exercises
Right.
which can change your mood swings.
Yeah. Okay. So that you have mentioned to me in the training sessions that your mind needs to connect with the muscle you're working on. Can you elaborate? Because I think a lot of times when you're at the gym, you're doing your weights, or you're doing your exercises and your brain is somewhere else. So why is it important for your mind to connect with your muscle?
See, when you talking me about mind with body, we are talking about coordination.
Right.
See, if two person is there, they want
Yeah.
to run a business perfectly.
Yeah.
If one person doesn't coordinate with the
Yeah.
other person, they
Yeah.
can lose their business. It's same
Right.
thing like that. You're working hard, but you're not working right.
Right.
You're working and you're going and you just counting your repetition and you're watching here and then you're putting your headphone and you're listening music and you're just lifting.
Okay.
So doesn't mean.
Yeah.
Yes, for music you can listen for your cardiovascular activity because it seems very boring to run on the run on the treadmill.
Right.
So for that you can use, but for some strength exercises you need to coordinate your mind with your muscles.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking about, sometimes people say, oh, I'm not feeling so well on my biceps muscle, while for example if somebody is doing like biceps curl, they're not feeling biceps curl very bad, they're feeling on their shoulder somewhere else.
Yeah.
This because of their more coordination, because mind need to coordinate the muscle so that they can stimulate that muscle is working properly.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to connect our mind, we need to think what muscle. That's the role play of the trainer over there who's working on that client. He needs to explain them which muscle he's training, because laymen don't know where they're working, what's this exercise for what. So we need to educate them actually, so they can realize, oh, I am working this muscle, so they can more concentrate on that muscle while working. It's just pushed by 20% of your effect. So it means a lot when you concentrating on your muscle, which muscle you are working. It makes you not only you concentrate on your muscle, it makes you more educated actually what sort of training you're doing. You're doing correct or wrong, your posture is right or wrong, so you can conclude that that muscle is working or not. If you don't know which muscle you working, you can't work on that muscle actually.
And that's what I'm coming to also, like the importance of technique, right? In a workout. I think that a lot of times when you're doing the exercise wrong, you can either feel hurt or injured, or you're not actually doing anything, you know. So how important is technique to you know, a workout?
See, techniques, when we talk about techniques, with our term we call is kinesiology and biomechanics. Biomechanics, it shows how the movement you need to do, and kinesiology how to that movement work.
Okay.
That's why we roll our certified trainers, is that we are specialist on that, to read biomechanics and kinesiology, so we can give the right action to that muscle, actually with muscle one need to work. So the techniques is really important to some workout, because if you're doing with the wrong technique, you can take a injury as well, and you can imbalance your muscle, which is again take to low flexibility, which again takes you to low, like imbalanced muscle.
So it can create actually a negative effect.
So you need to very carefully with you, especially if you're doing body weight workouts, then no issue. Your body is trying to do that. He can manipulate, your body can manipulate easily, which we're doing without loads. When you're working on in the gym and we're working on external loads that we call load training, that you need to be really careful what load you are lifting and what techniques need to be performed on that. Otherwise you can, especially you can hurt your joints, because you don't know up to what extent you need to flex your body, up to what extent you need to take that one. So techniques, before going any exercise, you should know what you're doing, and you should know how to perform that. It's very important.
Right. Okay. You know, you talk about the trifecta, you know, when you're trying to stay fit, you say that you have to eat well, you have to sleep well, and you have to work out, you know. Can you elaborate on that, the importance of having this trifecta?
See, we come to an exercise. You do exercise. With the exercise, when you're doing exercise, what you're doing exactly? You're giving your muscles to break. There's when you do any exercise, your muscles is going from small trauma. It's small breakdown is your muscle and tissue. So you're breaking it. So to repair it, you need first food, and a right food actually, not a bad type of food. There is a good food as well, there is a bad food as well. So you should know what to eat, what not to eat. If you give, this is one part, you break your muscle. That second part, you give the nutrition to repair it, and third, how you repair it, that's a sleep comes. Because when you sleep, we call the HGH hormone, that's called hormone growth hormone, which is make to body grow, to repair your muscles. Through that support of that hormone, your body repairs. Sometimes you feel like soreness, or you're not completed rest, and it's important to take sleep, because once you train and once you eat food, rest is very important to get back to refresh to again movement, because we sleep to refresh ourselves. So if you don't refresh yourself, it's just
you're hurting yourself.
You're hurting yourself.
Well.
It's just like for example, you can take a rechargeable battery, you emptied it, but you didn't put it recharged. So how can it work next day? So that's important. So eating right thing, exercise, and sleep. It's a very important component of being to refresh again.
Also, this is a question I think a lot of people have in mind, what is the difference between doing free weights and, using weight machines at the gym?
Basically, free weights and weight training are different components, because when weight training comes, when they started bodybuilding, weight training come from there to make your body in a good shape,
Right.
to make your body looks good,
Yeah.
to get some type of muscular tone.
Right.
That's come. Then science came into that. How can general people can use
Right.
that weight training, weight machines instead of body? See, body
Right.
have your limited weight. Up to some extent, some manipulation, you can do weight training at your home to being up to fit. If you
Yeah.
really want to change your body shape, you need to go load training.
Right.
Without load training, you can't change your body shapes.
Okay.
But if you want to be fit, be fine, you can do body weight
And
training.
maybe just tone.
Just tone everything. I rather than yes, tone you can say,
Yeah.
you can what tone say, but you need to really change your body into something else. You need a load training. So
Okay.
you need to progress from your current weight to some more weight. So it's like you're working, your body weight is 60 kg, you're lifting 60 kg is fine. Now you need
Yeah.
to lift more.
Yeah.
If you want to progress, you need to lift more.
Yeah.
Then you comes the weight training machines and come over there to make you more refined, to make your help, and especially to make a quick result can
Right.
give you.
Right. You've done a lot of transformations, body transformations, right? When you're training people. Can you tell us a bit about, like how long it takes? Because I think that generally people assume that if they want to get fit, it's like it should happen overnight, So you've done a lot of body transformations. How long does it take generally?
See, if you want to change your body completely in a transformation, if you say in a good manner, 3 months it takes to body. If you're to see some changes in your body, it
Okay.
takes exactly 1 year, 1.5 years to completely change your body in a good way.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not talking about any shortcuts. I'm not
No.
about anything other supplement stuffs. I'm
No.
totally pure talking about taking a right food at right
Right.
time and right exercise and with right
Right.
rest.
Right.
So this period of like you can take 7 months to 1.5 year, you can see a good transform your body in natural way.
Right.
But in internet,
Yeah.
there's lots of people can see you change your body in 12 weeks, change your body
Yeah.
in 24 weeks and extra. So it's not really up to that extent.
Yeah.
That's the, if you go naturally, you go normally,
Yeah.
without any supplementation, it
Yeah.
takes 7 months to 1.5 years to change your body transformation.
Because you also have to make sure that whatever routine you have, you can keep it up, right?
Yeah,
You,
that's-
if you have a very strict routine for like 2 or 3 months, you probably can't keep it up, and then you're going to relapse and go back to wherever you started from, right? So it's important to do something, even if you're doing it gradually, you sort of get into the habit of having that routine every single day,
you're
right?
right. You need to be every time organized. We call it
Yeah.
organized exercises. It doesn't mean that you keep changing your exercises.
Yeah.
You need to change exercise after every 3 weeks, because
Yeah.
in the 3 weeks of period of time, body tend to use that, and muscle have their own memory, so
Right.
they can manipulate according to you. So after, it's better to change rather than after 1 day, 2 day. It's better to change your routine after every 3 weeks, which gives you more results and which shocks your body every time. Because
Okay.
body tend to
Gets
be used
to it, right?
to that
Yeah,
exercises. So
yeah.
you need to tend to give some shocks to your body, so
Yeah.
you can take a good result and like quick results from your body.
Right, right. Okay, I wanna talk about the importance of stretching. I think a lot of people forget to stretch. When they go to the gym after a workout. And also, can you explain to me, once when I was stretching in the middle of my workout, you said it's a bad idea. Can you explain to me the importance of stretching and why stretching in the middle of a workout is not very good?
See, I told you, stretching is most of the people neglect that because of slow time, boring,
Yeah.
and there's nothing excitement on that.
Right.
But the thing is that flexibility makes you more refreshed for the next workout.
Right.
So as you're stretching, what exactly you are stretching? In stretching, you relaxing your body. We have two stretching, which call like dynamic stretching, we
Right.
call a passive stretching. Okay, so when we used to come dynamic or active stretching, it means you're warming up.
Yeah.
Stretching have two components. First you done before exercise and after exercise. And
Right.
before exercise, what type of stretching you need to do? Stretching which needs to like moving joints.
Yeah.
You need to warm up your joints, you need to ready that muscle to work. Before, what happens, your body is relaxed, completely relaxed.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what you're going to do, and you
Right.
suddenly go and put some weights and you shock your
Yeah.
body, and
Yeah.
it goes like you damage your muscle.
Right.
So before going to weight training, you must do some active or some dynamic stretching where you can easily warm up. And the stretching, most important stretching is taking your blood flow to that working muscle.
Okay.
In our language we call that pump. In scientific language we say taking that blood flow to that direct to that muscle which going to do work. For example, if you're doing pull-ups,
Yeah.
pull-ups, if you do pull-ups before your back or biceps workout, it
Yeah.
means your blood is already flowed to that muscle, your back muscle and your biceps muscle. Now
Right.
you do your weight training, it gives you really good pump and you feel that you really have good hypertrophy
Right.
in your gym. So
Right.
stretching is most important. When you're doing exercise, you feel sometimes you're just going to die with that muscle pain inside your body when you're
Right.
doing workout.
Yeah.
That's because of your lactic threshold, because lots of blood is accumulated that area, which creating to muscle fatigue is against the brain signals that to stop that workout. Now you can damage, that's why you get tired and you throw the dumbbells away.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to do that work, but which we call a metabolic fatigue to that. If you want to grow and you want to tone up, you need to feel that. So now your exercise is finished, so the last important is cool down, to take your that blood flow again to the normal body flow, because you
Right.
increased your blood flow to the
Right.
muscle and you direct going out of the gym and you
Yeah.
like it's again that all the blood is there, that's why you feel soreness in every night.
Yeah.
Soreness the next workout.
Right.
So if you do proper cool down means walking on a treadmill 2 or 3 years speed,
Right.
and after that cool down you stretch, which called passive stretching. So the leftover blood in your muscle which comes out from your body. That's
Yeah.
why you don't feel, if you do good stretching at the end of the workout, you will feel less soreness on the next day for your
Yeah.
exercise. And because previously it's just done by bodybuilders that if you stretch in between your workout so you can do more reps. What happens, what I tell you, that stretching means relaxing your muscle, a passive stretching, not active stretching, passive stretching. So when you're doing some work and you're stretching in between your workout and you're making your muscle again relax, you just thrown out all the blood flow from your
Yeah.
muscle out, and again you're doing the same of the second, doing
You're
other work.
confusing your brain.
So you can damage your muscle
Yeah.
very seriously. It's something like somebody is sleeping and you just horn in air and he suddenly like
Yeah.
quick heart rate and he can die as well. So it's the same trauma is muscles gone through.
Right.
That's why you should never stretch between your exercise. You stretch always do after your exercise and your before exercise.
Okay. People usually think that, weight and fitness go hand in hand, They say that if you're thin, they think that you're fit, Can you explain why it is important to be fit at any weight? Usually we associate, we'd say that people who are overweight are unfit. And we usually say that, people who are thin are fit. But it's not true, because you can be thin, but you can be extremely unfit, right? So can you explain, why it's important to be fit at any weight?
See, actually I always told you I told you in earlier there's 5 components, which one of the component talking about the body composition. If you have
Right.
overweight, you're not fit.
Right.
If you're underweight, you're not fit.
Yeah.
So if you have a good flexibility, if you have good
Right.
endurance, good strength, but you don't have your body composition is too bad, then you're unfit.
Right.
So body composition means actually to get the normal weight actually according to your height, your
Right.
age, your balance, your weight. That's
Right.
called our body composition. A normal body fat, a normal lean muscle mass. That's we call body composition.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that if you are like your strength is less and your body weight is high, so it's simply you are unfit for that.
Yeah.
So you need to be fit from all the aspects.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, if a people who is underweight or thin, I can say they are unfit from their
because
weight.
people say, when they see a thin a person at the gym, they tell you, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? But you try to make them understand that just because you're thin, fitness is not only about going to lose weight, right? It's
Yeah.
about also
to being endure,
yeah.
to being strengthful, to being flexible. It's
Right,
all about
yeah.
fitness. Fitness doesn't only for the obese
Yeah.
people. Fitness is for the
you can be
lean
thin and
people
be
as well.
extremely unhealthy and
Yeah,
unfit, right?
unfit as well.
Yeah.
So if you see, if your body mass is perfectly fine, your
Yeah.
thing is slim, you're good,
Yeah.
but your lack of flexibility, your lack of strength, so you need to
Right.
work out for that. You
Right.
need to work out for your flexibility, you need to
Right.
work for your strength.
Yeah.
That makes a perfect fit man's woman and makes fit perfectly.
Okay. So, you know, as a trainer, when you have a new client, you know, what sort of evaluations do you do, you know, before you begin a fitness regimen?
See, as a certified trainer, once I meet with the new client,
Yeah.
I'm new to them. So first it's very like basic point to go with their medical history, to go with their
Right.
fitness assessment.
Right.
That we do. Actually, it comes from your experience, how you assess, and sometimes it's very important steps as a personal trainer to get
Right.
his medically clearance, and
Right.
he's the person I'm going to teach. He's lacking is somewhere. So
Yeah.
then according to that we'll start their
Yeah.
exercises routine. For example, I take assessment his flexibility, I take his assessment on strength, I take his assessment on endurance. So first if the person can lift a good weight, he's fit from your strength. A person can't lift the weight up to some extent, he's not endure.
Yeah.
A person if can't like stamina wise is very
Weak.
bad,
Yeah.
so it's not fit. So I'll start his workout from his cardio endurance, then I'll come to his flexibility, then I come to his strength. So I prioritize according
Right.
to his need. Actually what his need. Personal training doesn't mean like you can give anything. Personal
Right.
training is means to fit the fitness routine according
According
to
to
him,
the person.
his requirement.
Yeah, because
actually
one routine cannot fit everybody.
fit everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
people like I met with some business people as well who don't have time, who have 3 days in a week they can
Yeah.
train. It doesn't mean that they can't be fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody comes to me, okay, I can do 6 days in a week, so it doesn't mean that I
Yeah.
can go with that. So it's change according to requirement, what
Right.
they exactly need. And
Right.
as a personal trainer, as every trainer should educate their client first. Actually they understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you
yeah.
know what you're doing, you can
Yeah.
do more correctly without me or with me.
Yeah.
So we do fitness assessment, then we prioritize actually what exact he needs. If he having a low stability mobility, then we'll start with stability mobility, then we'll go for strength, endurance, cardiovascular. So we according to that his need we go. As
Okay.
you want to if a person who wants to come at being fit or he's just don't have any component, then
Right.
I start for stability mobility. First you need a good stability and mobility, because if you're lifting some weight you need a stability to do that. If you don't have stability and proper mobility, you can injure your joints.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first I work with his stability and mobility, then his cardiovascular endurance training, because if don't have stamina, too much endurance, he can't lift to like 2 kg for up to some
Right.
repetition. So I need
Right.
to work on his cardiovascular activity. Then I come his strength, then I come his flexibility as well.
Yeah.
Then I go, and according to if I complete this 4 properly, then his body composition will change easily with
Okay.
his nutrition plan.
Okay. So can you give me 3 essential exercises you would have any client do? You know what? Why are they your top 3 exercises?
For me, it's not particular exercises, but I go with the biomechanics. See, we have like compound movements.
Yeah.
Compound movements we call, which is involve 2 or 4 joints in a particular exercises. So as a for my if you're asking about what I like the exercises, I
Yeah.
like the compound exercises. And if I go for the compound exercises, we have like 2 type of movement, was in pushing and pulling
Yeah.
and getting up. Third
Yeah.
movement. Okay, so for pushing movement I can say the bench press is the best exercise, or push-ups is a very good exercise. A body weight training if you're doing, push-ups is very good exercises.
Right.
And if you go weight training, chest press is very good exercises,
Right.
which is having a pushing movement which you use in your daily life to push
Okay.
something.
Right.
And again we get the pulling exercises, which
Right.
are good at lat pull down, which is we call back exercises. Any pulling movement,
Right.
any pull-ups, you
Right.
can body weight exercises,
Right.
which increase the strength to pull something. There's a second most component we do any normal life actually, pulling something.
Yeah.
Then again lifting something.
Right.
Then I go for the deadlift, because it use your most of the muscle,
Right.
and it makes you strength and
Right.
it make you endure as well. So
Okay.
you complete with you
Right.
pulling movement as well. So
Right.
this 3 component is very naturally need everybody in their life: pulling, pushing and lifting.
Okay. Next, I want to talk about fitness with kids. You know, like you said that a lot of kids these days, in the US, in the, you know, in the Middle East, they're exposed to so much junk food, you know, that they're obese. And you know, and nowadays with all the technology, you know, they don't have to move so much. They just sit in one place. You know, they like to sit in the house. They just want to be on their iPads. So I think it's a very important topic. I know that, you know, when I was growing up, my dad made sure that we were all playing a sport. All 6 of us had to play a sport. He made sure we were going to the gym, you know, and you know, if now I can see how significant that was in so many ways, you know, not only in keeping me fit, but also in terms of teaching me discipline, you know, in other areas of life. Because obviously when you have that sort of timetable when you're a child, when you grow up, you become very disciplined, you know, as an adult. You wake up early, you go to work, you go to the gym, you know, you have a good schedule. So what is a good age to get your kids into fitness?
See, actually medical science says you can put your child in fitness or any other activity from age of 3, because at age of 3 they're using their brain maximum.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll take like I teach taekwondo, so people used to come, me, sir, what's age you take children's? I preferably go for age of 5, because at age of 5, that's the age child started listening someone.
Yeah.
Taking serious something.
And taking instructions,
Instruction.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer age 5, but you can start your children's by age of 3, but not like an activity like sports specific training. It's activity like something which is very playful. But at that age, they tend to see something and they tend to learn from what they're watching. Not from what they're listening.
Right.
At that age, if you play with them, if you gel up with them, it makes them grow more fundamentally. So as they come to age of 5, you can put in any activity, because child doesn't want any like any single like personal training or something like, because they wants to explore the things. So the best thing to make them to give any sport kind of sorts. I'm not talking about any martial arts or particularly for swimming, particularly for boxing. I'm talking about in any kind of sports, because if you're putting a child in your sports, that what's the first thing he to get challenge, which is which a
and
benefit,
be competitive as well,
which he get the benefit at when he's starting working, because people who lose their self motivation. And if you have sports background, good sports background like me, I never quit attitude I have. So that's a child, this because of I started in early age of my martial arts, so I'm competing with someone, so I have that challenging mind. I have self motivation.
And you also have a mental toughness. You know? Yeah.
So that's the best age to put a child into any group, and especially into the group, because when they see, because he doesn't know what the capability of his, when he competing with others, when he seeing some watch others, he learn more, he compete more. So children need some agility, speed, and like cardiovascular activities.
So nowadays, you know, kids like to sit at home. They don't like to go out. So what can parents do to motivate their kids to, you know, get out and not necessarily like do a strict fitness routine, but like become active?
See, every children needs some sports. They need to get that what he likes actually. If you put him in what he likes, he will enjoy more actually. He'll do more. And first of all, I just want to say, if you're putting any sports, any activity, don't do it more than 3 days in a week, because what happens when you're making him regularly, he tend to bore, because children used to tend to bore very quickly. So they need a rest actually. So if you make them 3 days a week, if you give them a 1 week gap, instead if they wants to go, don't allow them, keep them rest and go day after day. So they will enjoy more. They have like tend to learn more, they will grow as well. So instead of putting the like, this the negative point is children who going regularly to one activity get bored very quickly, and they leave after some time.
But I also do believe that I think when I was younger, I didn't understand, but I do believe that when kids are young, parents need to push them into sports, because I think kids don't know better for what's good for them, and if you leave them to do what they want, they will obviously not do what's great, So I think that it is important for parents to give their kids a little bit of a push, you know, not force them to the point where they hate it, but push them a little bit into sports just so that they can get that exposure, you know.
Yeah, to
right?
make them concentration at one
Right.
one
One
specific thing.
Right.
So they tend to change every time to time. So
Right.
they can say, "No, I don't." But it's your parents' responsibility to send them at least like they are sending school.
Right.
So nobody,
Exactly.
no child wants to go school. Why
Right.
they are sending to school?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that they need to make their initial, like up to the teenage, they need to make their own schedule. Parents need to make their schedule.
Yeah.
After that they will make
They
their
can
own
do it,
schedule.
yeah.
We need to push them at all.
Yeah.
They can
And I
choose what
think
is
that
correct for them.
a lot of kids, when they get older, they become thankful that they were able to do these things, that their parents push them to do these things, because it's only when you get older do you realize the value
Yeah.
of, you know, of sports and all these things,
Being
right?
inactive actually.
Yeah.
This,
So the next topic is about pregnant women, you know. So, you know, there's a preconceived notion, you know, that when you're pregnant, let's say I already go to the gym every day and I get pregnant, you know, that, you know, don't work out, you know, it's bad to work out. So can you please tell us, when is it safe for a pregnant woman who is, you know, fit and who has been working out before to start working out? And also, can you tell us a few exercises they can do? But also, we have to note that it's very important to have a trainer there, right? When you're working out with a pregnant woman, just to make sure that she's doing things the right way and she's in a safe environment.
if I talk about a pregnant lady, first of all, they need to get a clearance from their gynecologist or doctor.
Right.
If they allow, they can start, because they know at what time they need to
Yeah.
start actually. If there's some
Right.
specification, otherwise they have normal. So there's a 3 semester initial stage, because it takes for women, it takes a 1 month to know that she is pregnant actually.
Right.
After it's 4 week gone, when you're pregnant already,
Right.
you have to know that, okay, my menstruation period stops now. It means that you're pregnant. So after a 1 week, after a 1 month, you come to know, because the pregnant lady, from initial point to end point, they can do
Yeah.
exercises. How it's manipulate, like initially your workout will be same. As you go into second trimester and third trimester, your activity level comes down. Actually, you are more tend to on dangerous level.
Right.
Exercise, most of the lady or doctors or somebody, your older parents tells you not to exercise. The reason behind is the risk actually.
Right.
It's a risk of 2 life.
Right.
Okay, so that's why they tend to told not to do exercise, not
Right.
to do this work, or
Right.
not to tend to this work, but actually they need a workout, because
Right.
what happens when you get pregnant, your relaxing hormone release, body makes the joint loose, so baby can deliver easily, or baby can
Right.
grow inside their womb.
Yeah.
So in that period they loses their muscle strength, they lose their joints. So
Yeah.
they need to work out at that time to strengthen their legs, like if I say glutes, if I say some upper body, they can do any exercises, but with the safety precautions.
Yeah, and
But
with the personal trainer
yes,
there, right?
in front of personal trainer, somebody is to tell her what to do
Supervise, yeah.
actually
Yeah.
in the supervision. So exercise they can do, but under the safety circumstances. We manipulate the exercise according to their conditions.
Right.
If they like on third semester, last 3
Right.
semester, we
Right.
manipulate their intensity. We make them intensity low.
Right,
But in
right.
this stage also, as a trainer or as a pregnant woman, they should know about their they should not do workout until they get sweat, because in this period of time their heart rate can manipulate
Right.
actually can go up or can go down. So don't consider your heart rate, consider whether, listen your body every time.
Right.
So when your
right.
body says no, then you need to stop that one.
Right.
If your body says allow, then you go.
Right.
You feel any time any discomfortability, you stop at that exercise.
Right.
You should stop at the exercise at that moment.
Right.
That's the one suggestion I can give. Otherwise, exercise, whether it's upper body exercise, whether it's upper lower body exercise, they can do any sort of exercise in a safety manner.
Right.
Because most of the pregnant lady got their lower back pain
Yeah.
because of their overload on the front abdominal, because of their baby is growing now.
Yeah.
So they can do some back workout as well to stop the back pain. So
Right.
it will help them actually to deliver a baby in a normal conditions.
Yeah.
And it helps actually after the pregnancy.
Right.
Because women tend to get a very heavy risk of hyperglycemia, like diabetes,
Really.
because when they are pregnant, they tend to, their hormones will
Yeah.
is
Haywire.
like up and down.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that time especially they can get diabetes. Actually, their insulin like up and down. It's always like the exercise can maintain their insulin level,
Right.
and especially after pregnancy, they can quick come back to their normal weight because
Right.
they need to gain weight
Yeah.
at the pregnancy time.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot after pregnancy actually.
Right, to go back to their normal size.
vision,
Right.
yes.
Okay. I want to talk a bit about old age. So I think that the idea is that when you get older, it's impossible to be fit. It's impossible to work out. Why do old people need to be physically fit?
See, you talk about older adults, then we have a different segment for that we call special population, because as you get older, your bone density will get less.
Right.
You have a low bone problem, your muscle mass is go depletion,
Right.
because your hormone is now reversing.
Right.
So you will have get lean, low recovery and low.
Right, right.
But as I said, exercise should always manipulate according to their situation.
Right.
The like older people, I can't give them the too heavy workouts,
No.
running, jumping.
No.
I need to be precautions with their body. Older people can work out by manipulate their exercises. Like if they want to, they can't stand, they can sit and do exercises. Because what happens when you do exercises, it's directly related with your calcium increment as well.
Right.
If you lift weights, if you lift load, you're directly strengthening your bone as well.
Right. Right.
So if you at that time you're eating healthy and you're doing exercise, actually exercise can make them like grow more 5 years, live more 5 years.
Yeah.
They can increase their lifetime.
Right.
So at any age, any people, we have lots of examples who are still doing exercises.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're old. But
Yeah.
they are
At
like
their age as well.
they are very
right?
fit and they are
Right.
very good look. So exercise has a very good benefits in their older age. If you're
Yeah.
doing workout, if somebody ask me, see now I'm 56, I never worked on in my life, now I want to start workout. So it's therefore it's possible. You can start your exercise anytime,
Right.
but it should be in a good manner, like low intensity. How you progress slowly,
Right.
slowly.
You have
slowly,
to build
slowly.
it slowly.
Build
Right.
slowly. You need patience for that.
Right.
So once you start, you can go easily.
Right. Okay. And older people who are overweight, or obese, they usually have no motivation, So what are some good exercises and fun exercises they can do, and to keep themselves motivated? And how can kids, who have parents or grandparents that are, overweight play a part in their exercise routine or their attitude?
So first I talk about the older adults who are obese, who wants
Right.
to get into bad shape, and the people who are older, they want like very quickly.
Right.
It's not about a one night change.
No.
It's about
Right.
a long process. Yeah, as they get older, their recovery gets slow.
Right.
Everything gets slow. So need to be really patient and need to eat right. It's not about your obese. It's not about.
Yeah.
So first they need to, if they want to really motivate them, they don't see their weight, don't see their body condition. Just start exercising. Just start making that habit again.
Yeah.
So once you
Just
started
keep
your
moving.
habit,
Right.
just start by, if you see, I told you, stress hormone plays a very important role actually. So if you watch yourself, you get depressed. Instead
Right.
of what you don't have,
Right.
getting depressed on that, just motivate yourself what you get in future.
Right. Right.
So that create you more happy.
Right.
So that's I told to older age, just start anything, don't think about any goal,
Right.
just makes habit again.
Yeah.
Everything
and
will
how
come
can,
according to
how
that.
can kids play a part to help their parents who are overweight or unfit, or their grandparents? How can they help with them to get them back into fitness? What can they do?
I didn't got this.
So for example, if today, let's say I have a grandparent or a parent who's obese, or overweight or unfit, what part can I play to help them?
See, you can play a very good role according to their bad, because parents, when you get child, you don't listen to anybody. When you
Yeah.
get older, you don't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
So that's like you up,
And then you
consent,
go back.
and you go down
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So child need to be pushed their grandparents really hard to the, like for example, if they got any time down, they can take them for a walk, because a 30 minutes walks make them really fit for a life. They can increase by 5 year or 2 year more life by only
Yeah.
walking for 30
So
minutes.
go with them on the
So
walk.
go with them, walk, talk about their life. Actually,
Yeah.
as they go older, they want to sit in house, they want to spend their time alone.
Yeah.
So you can take them, you can make them enjoyable, because
Yeah.
as they sit in the home, sit alone, they get depressed so
Even
much.
even swimming, I think that for a lot of overweight or unfit people, older people, the swimming is a good activity because it's sort of, when you're in the pool, you don't feel the weight as much, right?
Yeah, it's very safe as well,
Right.
and it's very good to do exercise in pool as well. You can do the
Right.
same sort of exercise, body weight exercise inside the pool where you can
Right.
don't pressure your joints as well.
Right.
So it's a very good. But some people know swimming, some people don't know swimming,
Yeah.
some people hate swimming. So if somebody knows swimming, he loves swimming, they can start it, because for swimming there is no age. You can
Right.
do swimming at
And you
any
can
age.
also
There
do
is
like
no injury.
aerobics in the pool, right?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Nowadays there is exercise which is under the pool. There's yoga is under the pool.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of exercises which are under the pool.
Right. Okay. So the next thing I want to speak about is talk about is nutrition. So there's an ongoing debate that what is more important, a healthy diet or good fitness routine. So what is the right fit?
See, I told you initially as
Yeah.
well, you need to combine everything.
Right.
Sleep, eat well, and
Right.
exercise well. It depends what sort of exercise you're doing. For you are doing heavy intense exercises, you need to take more carbs. We have
Right.
like our body, as a nutritionist, our body needs two things, that's some micronutrients and one called minerals.
Yeah.
So mineral like potassium, calcium,
Right.
right, this you can from water or some sort of fruit as well.
Right.
And we talk about macronutrients, it's called major macronutrients are three, that protein, fats and carbs.
Right.
So carbs used for fuel, and fat is used as a fuel, as a slow fuel, and protein
Right.
to build your muscles, which you have tear throughout your exercises.
Right.
So it depends what type sort of exercises you're doing and what you eat and what time you need to eat.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the people say I can go low carb, I will
Yeah.
lose fat
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah.
I can cut off my fat so I can rib my body. But after cutting so much carb, after cutting so much fat, increasing their protein, they're seeing that doesn't seems work properly.
Yeah, because I think that's the general idea. Everybody believes, oh, carbs are bad, and then when they go on a diet, they're like, okay, I'm going to cut down carbs and I'm going to go on like this protein diet. But carbs are important to give you the energy to continue. If you're working out, they're important to give you energy to work out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why everybody tells me when I come into, they say, sir, I want to change in 2 months, I want to change
Yeah.
in 3 months, can I cut my carbs?
Right.
See, as a certified fitness trainer,
Right.
I always suggest them to go that nutrition part where you can go on regular basis for
Right.
a long time.
Right.
See, if I say low your carb up to your 10% only carb in a day, you can continue with that only 1 week. After that,
Exactly.
you feel like
yeah.
nothing.
So again, it's and also I think that if you cut down the carbs completely, and then after, let's say, a year or even 6 months, you start again, your body doesn't know how to digest it anymore, right? And
Actually, if you cut the carbs, you ultimately stopping the work of protein.
Oh,
It's
really?
a ratio of 2:1.
Right.
Like if you're eating a 1 gram of protein, you need 2 gram of carb to digest that protein. So accordingly, if you're cutting the carb and you're putting the protein, it doesn't work, because our bodies tend to make like that. If you one thing is not there, the other one
Right.
take its place.
right.
So
right.
other carb need to do something other at work. If there is
Right.
no protein, if there is only protein, the protein needs to take the work of carb.
Right.
If there is no carb, so, and people who tend to think that fat is very bad for them, they need to think about fat actually. Especially men who thinks they can ripped by fat, because fat is the one thing which boosts their energy very quickly and which
Right.
helps to make them more ripped.
Right.
So if you're taking a good carb, good protein, a good fat, it makes you more healthier, and
Yeah.
you can continue for a long time.
So you have to
If
have a balanced diet.
balanced diet. If I
Right.
say how much carb you need to take, how much protein you take, so first the people need to find their what calorie they need in a
Intake
day.
in a day, yeah.
Intake a day. There's lots of app nowadays in a mobile.
Yeah.
You can calculate what, and then
Right.
you need to go. If you want to maintain your weight or go on a healthy diet, at least you need to take 50 to 60% carbohydrate from your calorie, and 20 to 30 calorie percent from your normal calorie, and 15 to 20% of fat. This is the balanced diet you can take,
Right.
and which you can continue long on, because carbs we need. And then I come in, there's a good food as well, bad food as well.
Right.
When we coming about food, who wants to lose their fat, they need to see the what's a good protein for them.
Right.
Actually, I prefer the lean protein, which you can find from the chicken breast, turkey breast, and you can fatty fish, which gives you omega-3, a good.
Right.
So this is the area where you can get a good
Right.
protein. If you go vegetarian,
Yeah.
we can get good protein from soya, because vegetable proteins we don't prefer, because some of the vegetables, mostly vegetables don't have that proper amino acid on their nutrition. So that's why we go for, if somebody wants a good protein to build their body,
Yeah.
they should go on a non-veg diet, because from non-veg diet you get the maximum amino chain bond which are
Right.
missing in vegetable protein.
Right.
And there's a good carb and bad carb as well.
Right.
Good carb we call that simple carb, which
Right.
can spike your insulin very quickly up, and you then again whatever you're eating it's going to fat.
Right.
And again there's a complex carb which release your insulin
Slowly,
slowly.
right, yeah.
It takes time, it takes half an hour to digest that full carb, so your insulin is balanced, so you can grow your fat cells more with that complex carbs.
Right.
So simple carbs like sugar, it's fruit as well gives you simple carbs. Some people
Right.
think that if I take a fruit intake so I can lean so quickly, I don't eat anything. So the main reason is that because insulin spine is your fruit. Some fruit have good carbohydrates, some fruit
Fruits
has
have
bad
bad
carbohydrates.
carbs.
It's simple sugar. They can increase your fat as well. If you
Okay.
go for watermelon, it's having a very GI index. It can spike your insulin very quickly. If I go for at the same time for the carb, if I choose banana, it's a complex carb. It's
So
very good
slow.
for health.
Right.
Slow.
Yeah. And also something that you would eat before a workout to give you energy, right?
Yeah, it's very, actually it's neat carbohydrate before the workout and after the
Right,
workout. You need the carbohydrate to
Yeah.
refresh yourself again.
Right.
And again there is a good fat and bad fat. Good fat we call vegetable oils.
Yeah.
And we can go like white potato. So
Yeah.
this kind of bad fat we have. But if you want to talk about good fat never push your fat cells to grow. It's
Okay.
always controlled. So from where we can good fat, like yolk of the egg we can good fat, and we can take good fat from cheese as well, because cheese is like the pure milk, so it's good, gives
Yeah.
you good calcium. So,
Okay.
so from here you can see that what's good for you, what's bad for you. See, when you're starting your workout, take
Yeah.
your protein first and a carbohydrate,
Yeah.
because throughout the workout you need carbohydrate. If I talk about give you example, you can take before your workout like banana and yogurt, very good for you. If you eat yogurt and banana, which gives you very good energy throughout your workout. And you need
yeah.
to eat at least, if you're eating a complex carbohydrate, it takes a half an hour to digest and you go into the blood level. So you need to take pre-workout as a half an hour before your workout.
Right.
So when you reach your workout, you can get a quick energy and you have energetic throughout your workout.
Okay. And you know, what are some good foods to eat for muscle recovery?
We cannot say muscle recovery, because muscle recovery always it's related to rest.
Okay. Okay.
So if I am saying that don't rest, eat some protein,
Right.
so you can get recovery, it's not good, because it's a relaxing movement when you refresh your muscle.
Right.
And that time of relaxing, you have protein to build their muscle again.
Right.
So if you take protein after your workout and you sleep, you can recover fastly and you can have an optimum benefit of that protein actually.
Right. Okay. So I think we've gone through pretty much, you know, all aspects of diet, health and fitness and nutrition. You know, so thank you so much for your time. Can you please just demonstrate some easy and affordable at-home exercises, you know, that people can do, you know, without the aid of too much equipment? So as discussed, just the upper body, lower body, abdominal exercises, and also some stretching that people can do.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
No
yeah.
problem.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay.
Hi, this is Inderjeet Madan, a certified trainer from American Council on Exercise and Strength and Conditioning Specialist. So I said actually initially you always start your exercise with some stretching, some dynamic stretching. Dynamics means what? To moving your hands. If I say like I want to warm up my shoulder, so you'll start like this. You start like this, rotating your front to take it completely back. So here your shoulder movement is you stretching your chest as well, and you're contracting your back as well. Then you need to go for the opposite side from same as well. So you need to repeat this exercise 10 repetition, and you can do according to you 1 time or 2 time. At least you need to perform this exercise 2 times as in a set, Then we start with shoulder warm up. Now I said you, now like other joints we can warm up like wrist. If you want to warm up your wrist, like it's a critical point where you're doing exercises, you use lots of wrist movements. So you this way you can warm up your wrist. Now again I will start from side. This is the side movement which you need to warm up first, like this 1 and 2. This way you can do this 10 repetition and 2 sets, so you can warm up your side. Again one more movement, we go for another movement, that's a rotational movement. So this is some basic rotational exercises, so you need to perform before starting your exercise. And now if I talk about other one, there's a front bend exercise, like you need to go back up to end, you need to go and come. Doesn't matter if you can't touch your feet, but you need to perform as well as you can. For a safe movement, always people tend to do like this one. This is not a good stretching because you can hurt your lower back. The best perform things to do exercise, best technique to perform this exercise, like take your arms throughout, drag your hands throughout the leg. In this way you will make sure that your back is safe. Now we go forward movement. Now we'll go for the leg flexor stretching for legs, like 1, just bounce it 2-3 times up to 10 times, then you change your leg and you can do. So this way you stretch your whole completely body, from rotational movement, forward bending movement, side movement, back movement and shoulder movement. Then I'll start from the basically first upper body exercises. So as I told you, the best body weight exercises which you can do in your home, you need no equipment for that, as the push-ups. So everybody knows push-ups, how to push-ups, but I tell you the technique to do right push-ups. Actually, first go lie down on your chest and take your hand up to your chest, not here, up to your chest. So first thing you need to tighten your glutes, like squeeze it in and make sure your knee is straight. Now suck in your stomach and up. So this way, this is the right technique to do push-ups. Like you can see me, I'm going up, my full body is getting up. So if some women can't do these push-ups, again we give them the lower version of these push-ups. They can come on their knee and they can do same thing, suck their stomach and tight your glutes and then go take your body up. This is the wrong way to do push-ups. This is the right way to push-ups because you're lifting your whole half body. And if the women who can't do this, or men, they can't do this, they can take support of wall. So if women can't do that push-ups and all, so how you progress? Even a man, if you can't do that push-ups is very tough for them, then how can you start this push-ups? Find a wall. You can easily find any wall in your house, I am sure. So you can put your both arm on the wall and you can start pushing the wall opposite. So this way you can progress. So once you reach this progression of your push-ups, you can go more down and you can start slowly you can come on the ground, and once you perform in the ground push-ups, that's your reach your goal actually. That's a very good upper body exercise which actually endure your core, your chest, your back and your shoulder. You can buy some easy equipment anywhere in your shop. It's not like a gym equipment, it's just a equipment we call thigh band. This band actually you can find in any fitness shop that's selling some fitness equipment. You can find this very easily and very cheap as well, and it comes according to color. Like I have a green, as the color goes dark it gets tougher. Like I have a green and red. So green is light one, the red one is little heavier than that. As you progress with the green, if you find this is very easy for you, then you can go for the red one actually, which is a little tougher than that. How can you do like first biceps curl with that? How can you use that if you don't have any dumbbell? Press this band in your leg like and curl it up. See how easy is that? So in this way you can tone your biceps. Okay, now with this help of the same band without any equipment, you can do your back workout. There's upper back workout. If you're having a 10 to fat over here, how you work out your back? See, just fold it, or you can hold it like as close as you, according to your fitness level. Just try to stretch your back. See, I'm working on your back. So So just you need to note that how many repetition you want to do and how many. If I talk about, at least you need 15 repetition with 3 sets. I don't recommend above that, so you can make and harm yourself actually doing more repetition and more regular repetition. So now comes the women have tend to fat on your triceps fat, like more fat on your triceps. Now you want to work out for them, just simply again hold this and go like this. See, I'm working on my triceps, so this way you can tone your arms and back and triceps. Now again we come the shoulder, other exercise of shoulder which we call shrugs. This you can do with this as well. Just hold it tight and come up and like this. 1. The repetition will be same, 15 repetition, and sets will be 3. So this way you can use this band actually very effectively for toning your arms, your back, your shoulder and your chest as well. If you want to do how we'll do chest exercise with this, see, it's simply you need to lie down on the floor. Okay, simply lie down on the floor, just hold it on your back and go here. See how easy is that one. So with this help of this small equipment, you can do your chest exercise, your biceps exercise and your triceps exercise and shoulder exercises. So here we go with the upper body exercise. If you can't find this band in your market, so you can do as well, it's some dumbbell. With the same, actually choose the dumbbell according to your comfortable level. If you can lift 3 kg, you can go with 2 kg as well, and the repetition will be same, the exercise will be same, the curl up. And you need to make sure your elbow is not moving when you're doing a curl up exercises. See, you can see my elbow, it's not moving. Is there. You need to fix your elbow. This is the wrong way to do a biceps curl, in which you can hurt your shoulder badly. So you need to be sure your elbow and your shoulder is on same movement. And with dumbbell, you can do your triceps exercise as well. Like in the same manner, you can take the both dumbbell up and do triceps. There is going to be other triceps exercises. So if I talk about with the dumbbell, another exercises for your triceps, so you can go like this position, take your one leg back and one leg forward, and you go down and take the support of other hand, and first down the dumbbell, lift your arm and you start. This is called triceps kickback. Actually this exercise is very good because it takes your 3 head of your triceps, that's we call triceps. It works on your 3 head of your complete triceps. It's a complete exercises for your triceps or to tone your triceps. Okay, now we're coming back our lower body exercises. What lower body exercises? As you all know, the squats is the best exercise for the lower leg. But how to perform actually squats? If I'm now talking about the squats techniques, you always make sure your knee is not going above your toe. See, if you're moving like this, it means you're doing a wrong squats. Squats always up to 90 degree. It means your thigh should parallel to your ground. See, and your torso should be up. How can you make your torso that straight? Make you straight up. Like you can keep your both arm here. So this way you can make your torso up. Like I'm going. If I do this, then it means my torso is not in a straight position. So with this position, you can see my torso is up. So you can see now my toe is inside my knee is inside my toe and my legs are parallel to ground. So this is the simple way, and it's a good technique how you can perform as squats. Squats actually work on your thigh as well as your glutes. It's very good for a pregnant woman who is having a normal delivery. For pregnant women, we just manipulate for some squat exercises, like they have a stomach really bloated out, so she can go for a deep squats like this. She can open her leg more, but especially in supervising somebody, and she would have something to support to get up. Otherwise she can injure her joints as well, because the joints are already loose because of pregnancy and releasing of relax hormone. So how she can perform her exercise? So allowing her stomach to go in, and she can perform like this by holding something in her hand. So she will be safe and she can not fall. And if I talk about second exercises of your legs, how can you use your thyroid band for your leg exercises if you want to give a more intensive exercise for your legs. For example, if I'm going down and do this. So this is a leg press exercise which you can do easily in home with the help of this band. See, it's very easy to perform these exercises without any equipment, without any expensive gym membership. You can do this exercise to tone your body in your home only. Okay, now most important thing, your core. Actually, how you can endure your core without any equipment, without anything in your home. For core endurance, you don't need any heavy equipment or gym membership. It's very important to being fit from your core, because this is the area which divides your power to other way. So for example, if you're doing biceps curl, the energy doesn't come from your biceps. This is the area which signals the brain to how much energy it needs to give the biceps. So for that you need have a very good core. To maintain your core, I personally prefer this exercise to make my core more endure. Like, you can lie down on a mat, just take your hand back, leg up and hand up, and you need to see to the terrace at the up. So see, my stomach started shaking, so it means stabilizing my muscle. So this way I can better core my frontal abdominal core area. So this way I can endure my front part of abs. So another exercise which is very good, actually to make an ab is very easy. You don't need any 100 or 200 crunches. It's just a matter of variation. So first, the upper part of your ab, you can give a good exercise for that. Just make sure your leg is up in a 90-degree way and hands is here, and for that you just need to get up like this. See, just 10 repetition, 3 sets, not more than that. Now, how to use your lower belly, how to make your lower belly fit and reduce the fat in your lower belly. Just make sure your hands is in your lower back to save your lower back. Heel should be out like this, and you can bend slightly your knee. So this way you can save your lower back as well. Just down and up to here, because when getting here it's easy. See, now my core is not working, now my lower abs are not working. It's just a range of motion. It's very easy for me. So when I'm going down, see, up to here, my lower belly is working, not here, only up to here. And you make sure the heel is out so you can activate your lower abdominal perfectly. So up and up to here, down. So this only 10 repetition and 3 sets. Another very good exercise to make the middle abdominal area to work more, that's we call toe touch. What you need to do, take your legs up at the 90-degree, not here, at the 90-degree or far. So just your hands up, not from here, up and touch and touch and touch. It doesn't matter if you can't touch your feet, just try to get up. It's activate your middle part of your core, middle part of your abs. It works very good on your middle part of your abs. So when I talk about the other thing is plank. Okay, lots of people do plank, but they don't know how to perform a good plank. To perform a good plank, these are simple tips which make sure you're doing a plank in a good technique. So first of all, get on your position, halfly elbow like this, and your toe should be like here. Okay, first initiate your knee up. This is the 1. Then squeeze your glutes in. 2. Now third, suck your stomach and get up. See, this is the right technique to perform a core, because most of the people what do, they get up and they're feeling nothing and they're doing the plank exercise for 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So it's a bad area. So how you can make your core work on your plank when you're on plank actually? So knee up, tight your glutes and suck your stomach and be straight. Look forward. So this is easy for you. So you can go for the variation like leg up, other variation hands up. So in this way you can challenge, makes your plank more challenging. So another area we're leaving, when we're talking about the core area, we're talking about front abdominal, we're talking about side quadrus lumbarum. It's medical term which we call quadrus lumbarum. The other workout we have done, that's called multifidus, the back area, lower back area. So how to this area to be strengthened more? So for that you can go for a side plank. Same, tight your glutes, suck in your stomach and be inside. If you want to make it harder, you can raise your hand. If you want to make it more harder, raise your leg. So in this way you can make the side plank more harder, or you want to make more harder, then go for dynamic, like up and down. So this way you can make your side plank more challenging. Now the fourth part, we are coming back, multifidus. For this there is a very good exercise we call Superman plank. Like straight your arms, back straight, neck forward and up, hold it and down, and make sure you are not extending too much. If you are extending too much, you can hurt your back and you can stiff your back as well. And you need to do 10 to 12 repetition, it's enough for this, and you can repeat with that 3 sets. Okay, at the last point we are coming the cool down exercises. We have done every exercises. There is some very good asanas in yoga which I used to make the cool down my clients, or other way you can walk on a treadmill for 3 minutes, or if you don't doing in a home, then this is very beneficial for you. It's called that position actually. So in which you need to do, just open your arms in this way and open your legs, and just try to breathe slowly up and down. That's it, just for 60 seconds, 1 minute. Once your blood flow is normal, then you can start your stretching. So I'm coming for the upper part stretching. How to stretch your neck actually. This portion of neck, just open your arms, just with the help of 3 fingers, just put on your head and stretch like this. It feels directly on your this part of your neck. And if you have sometimes strain on here, how to stretch that part? Open your arms, open your finger, see the diagonal way in the ground and put the 3 finger on your head and stretch it. See, this way you are stretching your whole trapezius. So in the same manner you can do other side as well. And now for the tricep stretching. There's the only way to stretch triceps is this, to bend your elbow. So you can go in this way. There is no other strategies to stretch your triceps, because this is your front contraction and this is your back stretching. So this is the way you can stretch your triceps in the same different manner to other hand. And the second one, your shoulder, you can stretch like this. Take your arm towards your other hand and just push with this hand. So actually you can stretch your shoulder. How to stretch your biceps? This way you can stretch your biceps muscle perfectly. As I told you, stretching is very important to decrease the effect of soreness. Otherwise other day you will get, sometimes you feel like very sore body, and other day you will find your range of motion is less. So that's why stretching is very important. Now the thigh, how you stretch the thigh actually. Hold it here. Now hit this pelvic out. See, this is the way to stretch the thigh. And if you are doing more running, more cardio workout, it means you need to stretch your hamstring perfectly. So for that, make your back straight and go down as you can. Now you feel your hamstring stretched. Okay, hamstring, again you need to stretch your glute muscle. It's one of the core muscle, because of which you having stiffness of glutes, you can have your lower back pain, your knee pain as well. So how to stretch that area? Straight your legs, the other leg should be up, keep your elbow here and stretch it. Push the leg on other side. So this way you can stretch your glutes muscle. Okay, now other is more important, than hip flexor. So how you will stretch that one? Put your leg in this position and press your pelvic down in this area. So here you can feel the stretch on your hip flexor. Because of this stiffness, sometimes you can not do the proper squats. So this reason might be your tight hip flexor as well. It's because of your heavy running or heavy cardio workout, you always forgot to stretch your hip flexor, which is very important. Okay, that's it for stretching. You can stretch your body like this. Thank you.